Stuart, a 2-2 draw here against Stjarnan in the Europa League. Does that feel like a defeat given the goal coming in so late?
Yeah, of course it does, especially being 2-0 up and in control of the game. But you know, they played like I've seen them play. You know, as I said before the game, they've got good players middle to front, and they proved that tonight. They could have scored more goals. There's no doubt we dominated for long spells, and we could have scored a lot more goals. But you know, to lose 2 penalties in the manner we've did is sore to take. Yeah.
Was it crucial when you got to that 2-0 lead that you talked about? I think Sutton missed a chance, maybe Carswell put one over as well. You know, with 3-0, you know, would that give you a real cushion?
Yeah, it would have done. But I think they should have gone ahead early on in the game. The boys missed a great chance at the back post. But after that we settled, you know, went 2-0, look, and they got a goal out of nothing. You know, it was a crazy ricochet, and you know, lads at, you know, just a reactionary lent into it, you know, and don't need to do it. Obviously it's going nowhere, the ball, but it gives them a lifeline. They come in at half time with the tails up. And the second half, you know, they've had 2 or 3 really good chances. Likewise, we've had good opportunities which we haven't taken. So it was sort of went how I thought it might do, in the fact that, you know, they've got good creative players and would create opportunities, and we certainly had a lot of the ball in certain areas and can create and cause them problems.
Do you have any complaints with any of the 2 penalty kicks?
No, not at all. No. I mean, prior we've had a free kick going into the box, and there's, you know, Ramos says it looks as though he's just about to shoot, and the boy comes from behind him and takes his leg away, which could have been the difference between 3-1 and 2 each. But they broke from that, and you know, we've defended it. It's ricocheted out, and unfortunately, it's hit Laz and come back in, and he's brought the boy down. So I think we probably can be fortunate that Laz didn't get sent off, if I'm honest.
There was a free kick on that leading up to that incident. You're 2-1 up at that period of time. The centre backs go up. Is that because you're chasing another goal? You want to get to 3-1? But do you think now maybe it would have been better to try and protect that and maybe keep the ball and go short and get into the corner maybe?
No, because if you look at it, we should score. We should score. But the ball lands to Ramos, the centre half, and he's about to shoot, and the boy brings him down. So and we had enough bodies back. You look at the goal, we've got 4 or 5 bodies in the box. One cross comes in. I think they've got 1 man in the box, and it goes out and it hits Laz and comes back into the box, into the 6-yard box, and so we were really unfortunate in that play. But we've got an opportunity there to score a goal. It wasn't as though we got ripped open on the break. We had plenty of men back when the ball comes into the box. So, no.
You mentioned the chances that both teams have. Does that give you hope for the next leg that you can go to Iceland, create chances and maybe score goals?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be the same type of game. You know, they like to sit deep. I said that before. Very difficult to get behind them. But what you can get, you get ball to feet and get people running at them. I thought at times Vigers, Hamill down the left-hand side, Law at times, Ainsworth when he got good crosses in, showed that would be the way the game went. It was exactly how I thought it would go. Obviously, we, you know, led you state for losing 2 penalty kicks, but you know, they play in a way where, you know, they sit deep and they try to hit you on the counter, and you know, we've had enough chances as well as they have. So it was an open game, and I don't see next Thursday being any different.
It's difficult to say, but going there now with a 2 each, how do you approach the game now? Do you, obviously you need to score and attack, but you know, previously in European games you've tried to hold it for long and then we go for it. You know?
No, I think every time we've gone over, since I've been here, the 3 games we've been out at the time. Really, we've been 2-0 down every time here, so we're more than well in the game. You know, we need to go and win the game, and as again, what we've seen tonight, we're more than capable of going in there and scoring goals, and we've got to make sure we're stronger defensively. We'll be better for the game tonight. There's no doubt about that. First competitive game, we're rusty at a lot of things, sloppy at times in possession. But on the flip side, we're very good in possession at certain times. And you know, defensively, you know, you can always look at defensive things, but you've got to give the boy credit. The blonde kid on the right hand side, you know, he's put 2 or 3 terrific balls in. You know, the 10, as I mentioned before, he's a good little player. The 8 off him, so it wasn't as though we were playing a side of, you know, with no creativity in them. They've and I said to you before the game, they've got good players who can do that, but also we think we can get them defensively, and nothing changes next Thursday. We'll play in the same manner.
Speaking of goal scorers, and just one final question, Josh Law comes in the summer. He probably dreamed about a debut like that, 2 goals, and I thought an all-round generally impressive performance. It
was, and fortunately for the last couple of days, Josh has had a chest infection and a viral complaint, and you know, I decided to spoke to him yesterday. Decided to throw him in really in an area of the park which, as I said, I think tonight was a case of they'd be that deep. It was more of people running off them rather than standing up against them and travelling with the ball. And as I say, we cut them open at times. You know, the ball back for Sutton's a great move, and you know, we should do better. Kaz's had one again over the bar, and Josh himself's had another chance. So yeah, delighted for him. It's a good start. But you know, we'll all, including himself, you know, he was struggling to carry on. He cramped up as well. So we'll all be a little bit fitter for next week.
All the best and good luck with it.
Cheers, thank you.